Okay guys, how you doing? It is in fact your boy, John. That's me. So recently I posted a video where I got the prototype of Doomsayer, the first volume, delivered to me, and I just gave a little overview, a little preview. And I've been fixing the mistakes that were obviously going to happen in the prototype version before I went ahead and ordered a production run. I was thinking that, this is sort of like my first release kind of thing. So I wanted to do something a little bit special and make some special editions. So this is going to be like limited to probably about like 10, or we're looking at like 10 because my audience is like microscopic. For the like 10 people that are willing to support me, it would be pretty cool. I went and did a little bit of brainstorming, and I came up with a couple ideas. So we're gonna do it's gonna come in a box, right, that has like custom artwork on it. It'd be kind of a cool little display piece that you can sort of put like on your shelf or something, and sort of like a box set kind of thing. Gonna have maybe like some bookmarks, maybe some stickers. I was thinking about drawing some trading cards, and thank you notes, prints, that kind of thing. So I'm gonna just go ahead and get into it, and we're just gonna sort of go through this whole entire process of making the things. So let us begin with the box. Okay, so for the cover, or the top of the box, or I guess the front-facing box, I had a couple ideas running through my head for the display piece, I guess you could call it. And I also had this idea of having it being alternately displayed. So the back side is just going to be a logo and a piece of art too. So you can show it on either side depending who you like, because I wanted to include the 3 key characters in the story, that being Queen Celeste VII, Mai Oshida, the heiress of the Jokian Empire, and Anna. I like how she's just Anna, even though the other 2s are like royalty. But yeah, so these are the 3 key characters in the story. You might not think that Anna's that important of a character, but as we proceed in the future chapters that I have planned out, she will become like very, very important. For the first volume, she's kind of like in the background, sort of developing the character and all that sort of stuff. But we're really more focused on the political dynamic between the Celestian Queendom and the Jokian Empire. Brief synopsis of the plot is, oh man, it's a little convoluted, but I think that's kind of why I like writing it. I like convoluted plots. I'm weird like that. Very politics heavy, even though I swore to myself I don't talk about politics on my channel. My comics entirely politics, pretty much. But yeah, so the Celestian Queendom is having a problem with the Solman Kingdom, which is newly formed because Philip Solman, one of the lords of the Celestian Queendom, decided to break off for his kingdom's independence to separate himself from the queen, who is a mage blood that is constantly harvesting power metal to supply the mage blood brigade. Mage bloods are people that can manipulate a substance known as power metal, and basically they have these super abilities. So whoever has the most mage bloods is the ruler of this world, right? But you also need the power metal to supply to your mage bloods, right? And there's also the faceless ones in the north who have the largest mine in the world, which is Zakami, but they don't like that disturbed because that's their religious land. So the queen is having to fight a conflict on 2 sides. So she makes a deal with the Jokians, who have been allies with the Celestians for a very long time, that the emperor is going to put his daughter into an arranged marriage with the Solmans after they eliminate the father of the Solmans, and they're going to arrange the marriage with one of his sons. And obviously, if you read the first chapter, Mai, the daughter of the Jokian Emperor, isn't having any of that shit. So that causes conflict. So I kind of came up with this concept that the conflict in the story really starts with Mai and the queen, right? So I sort of had them like pointing, imaginary guns at each other, because they never actually interact in the first volume. Basically, these 2 women plunge the world into chaos, starting to plunge the world into chaos. And there's like this whole background narrative I'm building up with this like weird cult that like eats the mage bloods and they get like powers and stuff. It's if you read the comic, you're like, yeah, where are you going with this? It's gonna, don't worry, it's coming, right? It's like George R.R. Martin with the White Walkers and the dragons. Like you read like fucking 5,000 pages, like what happened to the zombies and the dragons? It's coming. Don't worry. But yeah, there's a lot of characters. There's a lot of subplots, you know, but like eventually the threads are all going to tie together. I kind of like that sort of storytelling. But yeah, that's the main idea. That's the premise. That's what I got on the cover. I hope you enjoy this little time lapse. So on the back, I'm going to do a piece of Anna. I don't know, maybe I'll put her in like a spicy pose or something, who knows. That's the concept for the cover of this piece, right? The cover of the box. Now, obviously, I gotta go back in and do the flaps and stuff, but, you know, I don't want to make this video a little monotonous, so I'm just gonna cut to something else here after this cover piece, alright? So let's check that out. Is your boy John again, back on camera, son. Anyway, yeah, so that's the cover piece. I like the way it turned out very much, but I don't want this one to just be sort of like infinite time lapses or something like that. But we're going to change this up a little bit. We're doing a little bit of traditional art next. So I have these trading cards. These are like artist trading cards. They're just blanks in the size of trading cards. I think I'm going to put 2 in every version of this. Every copy, I guess, of this. Once I get all the parts together and, you know, just make it nice and neat and put them in one complete package. You know, all 10 of them. I don't know, maybe it does well, maybe I'll make more, who knows. But for right now, it's just going to be 10, but you're all going to get a unique set of 2 trading cards drawn by me by hand. That's right, we're doing traditional, baby. Let's go. Some of that ASMR for you. Okay, so for the second side, I was thinking like, you know what? I want the box itself to be more like a work of art that you can kind of display, put on your shelf, you know what I mean? Or maybe even frame up if you're weird like that. You know what I mean? I really want people to feel like they're receiving a premium product if they do pay extra for the special edition. Like I stated in that community post I posted a while back, in case you didn't see that, there's still going to be a standard edition, but if you do pay for the deluxe edition or special edition, whatever I'm going to end up calling it, Super Duper Lux Mega Ultra Edition, 356 over 2 days, Birth by Sleep, Final Mix version 2.1. Yeah, whatever the hell I call it. You know, I want you to feel like you're getting a premium product if you do pay extra for the deluxe edition, special edition, super edition, whatever. Anyway, so for the second side, I drew Anna because she is sort of like a key character that you may not think is a key character in the first little bit of the story that's been released. Chapter 12 is in development. It's just going really slow. Sometimes it comes out real fast. Sometimes it takes a while to cultivate the ideas and propagate it onto the pages and all that. But yeah, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the deluxe edition for Volume 1 right now. Special edition. Deluxe edition. I don't know. You guys vote on it in the comments. Are we calling it the deluxe edition or the special edition? Put her on the back because she's sort of like a key character and, well, she's kind of my type. So, why not? I kind of wanted to capture that, like, bit of melancholy that she's got, you know, in case you didn't read the story, minor spoiler for chapter 2, but there's a reason she's kind of depressed. A big reason, a really important plot point that's sort of in the background right now, but it's going to come to the forefront later. Sort of one of those ideas. Just enjoy the time lapse, and I'm going to speed it up as much as possible because this video is starting to get really, 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 really long. Okay, so that's the back of the box, or I guess whichever side of the box you want to display will be your front, alright? So the whole concept of this is to have a reversible front side. You could use it as the box as its own piece of art. So that leaves us with the sides, right? The left and right side, before we move on to the other sides, you know, because it's a three-dimensional object. So, who are we going to put on the sides? I decided to go with Alyssa and Emma because they are kind of like secondary characters, but their sort of position in the story is pretty important. And, I thought it might be nice to put them together because they were a couple at one point. And yes, this manga does have lesbians. That will either upsell this manga or downsell this manga, depending which audience this video is put in front of. Hopefully upsold, but yeah, that's in there. Okay. And yeah, I don't know, I like the way this one turned out. I like these side pieces. Yeah, I've been really trying to like mute my colors down a little bit because I have a tendency to sort of oversaturate in places where it doesn't really need it. So I've been using that curves technique I talked about a while back, like a little bit better, a little bit more efficiently. You know what I mean? If you look in the card, I will have linked my digital art walkthrough and how I've started to use curves. I sort of got a little bit better at it, but you know, just like anything, you just got to keep doing it till you get good. And yeah, I'm just going to let the time lapse play out, and I'll be back for the last side of this box. I just want to let you know this video is sponsored by absolutely nobody. If you want to sponsor me, like, reach out, bro. Seriously. I'm struggling out here. But if you do want to support my work, check out Patreon. You can throw me a buck or two, right? I also have a coffee. But above all, I do have a store where you can purchase prints and artworks, and I will ship them directly to you, okay? And that's also where you're going to be able to buy this when this is finished and complete. And you know, if you don't have any money to throw away at some weirdo on the internet making dumb art videos, you could always just give a like, comment, and subscribe. Even just mean comments are nice sometimes. Just give me a bit of engagement, man. Come on. Anyway, let's wrap this one up. Alright, as for the last piece of the puzzle, last part of the box, well, there's obviously the flat part, but that's just going to have the logo on it. But the, like, top side, I guess you could call it, I'll show you at the end of the 3D model mock-up. I decided that I wanted it to look in a way that either way was the right way to display it. So I had these alternating portraits of some of the other female characters in here. Now you may be asking, why didn't I draw any of the dudes? Well, that's because I didn't want to. But also because this is a seinen, I guess you would classify it as, if we're going to keep with the manga theme, since it comes in that format anyway. Its target audience is adult men, right? So how do you get adult men's attention? Put some hot girls on it. There you go. Boom. That's sort of the idea here. So I put the Black Scorpions, you know, the Queen's Secret elite forces, and then I put Melissa and Yuna / Ariana, depending which region she's in, which alias she's using. But yeah, that's who I put on there. I had them like alternating so you can display it either way. I thought it looks kind of cool like that. So yeah, let's just time-lapse that real quick, and then let's move on to the actual contents of the box. Alright, and last but not least, this is a 3D model, sort of a mock-up little thing that one of the websites that I'm looking at to maybe get it printed with had built in, which I thought was kind of cool, so I just did a little screen cap, just sort of give you a visualization of what it would look like when it's actually in three-dimensional space. I mean, do like an actual physical mock-up where I print out the stuff and sort of put together a little mini box just to get an idea. I'm being real autistic about this, but you know, it's special to me, at least. It's my first, like, actual release, so it's got to be good, you know? Anyway, cutting back to me. Hey guys, John here again. How you doing? So I was initially intending for this to be one big long video, but I decided that I'm going to break it up into parts. I'm not sure how many, probably 2 or 3. But if you guys have any further suggestions or ideas for bonus items that could come in the special edition, leave them in the comments. I might actually go ahead and add that in later, because I kind of like the idea of doing a little bit of a collaborative thing here in this, I guess, story arc of the channel. So, yeah. Anyway, thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next part.